did you not make $1 billion today, Sebastian? That's all, I just want to know, Sebastian. If you knew where the market was going to go, why did you not make $1 billion today?
And we're in to our trade. And we're looking for the high here. 3 contracts. Looking for the high of day. Looking to break out to this blue line right here. And this is 3,000. This is 1,000. This is 2,000. We're going to lock in at 1,000. And then we're going to carry ourselves to, let's see, we're at 563.44 over here on SPY. Let's go ahead and switch this to the 15 minutes. We're going to lock in once we get above this line right here. All right, so we're at 600. Oh, we're about to lock in that 600 just now, but we were a little too late. But it'll go back there. We're looking for 1,000 at least out of it. It's 3 contracts. Here is the real target. $600 is here. Once it gets here, we'll lock in a 6. Got to make sure we cover the spread area. So we're basically looking to get back to this point right here from yesterday. All right, this time we should get up over 1,000. Once we get to 50 cents, we're at 30 cents right now. Once we get to 50 cents, we'll be over 1,000. And it should start boosting up there here soon. All right, back to our 600 again. We're just looking at 30-second candles because it's moving on a 30-second trend. All right, 750, so we lock in that. Now we go to 1,000, lock in 1,000. All right, we locked in 1,000. A split second too soon, but we locked in 1,000, so we can't really be mad. It's headed for 2 here shortly. We'll find us another trade. That was our first trade of the day. We'll find us another trade in about 15 minutes or so. Or once we get to this line right here, we'll start evaluating if we're going to go all the way up to the 20,110. 20,118 is another area of interest. I'm sorry, 20,128 is our next point of interest. The next point of interest on SPY is 55.64.65. But we got our 1,000 so far, so we'll move on to a later trade. That was nice. Got in off the pullback right here. Took it up to the resistance area, and then took the $1,000. All right, so here we are, waiting for trade number 2 to activate. Trend of the market's overall up. It's Friday. We should be pushing up through here in the next hour or so. We've got $1,000 in our account so far. Looking for it to hit here and pull back down. This point is 12.55. We'll go for 2. Type in 2,100. Just 420 ticks. But we should really be activating here in a second. Boom, we're activated. All right, so now we watch to see if we pull up through the 80s. We did not. We pull it down. We'll lock in right there once we fall to 200. So we're at 564.08, looking for 563.90 as it goes back down. Put ourselves on the 5-minute candles. Basically looking for this candle wick right here. Modify there. Head to the candle wick. So push back up one more time. It's going to do that. It's going to go up to 564.23, but that puts us at $1,100 right there. And then our third trade will come in right here. All right, but let's get to it. So we open up the day gapping up on Thursday. Pushed up to 564, which was always the goal. Immediately after hitting 564 at 11 o'clock, pretty much fell the rest of the day, pulling back, consolidating, pulling back again to 562. 562 is where the actual money is. Now we're officially at $564 to start our day on SPY. Again, why do I use SPY as my go-to stock over QQQ? Well, because SPY is made up of more companies, so SPY is going to give me a truer view of what the market is actually doing as a whole, which is going to affect QQQ anyway. But by understanding how much SPY is worth, I can very easily trade ES, or I can easily trade NQ, because the condition of the market is going to be reflected most strongly through SPY itself. Again, We've been climbing back up all week. The goal is to get to 568 and back into that 572 to 575 area, and to raise the fear and greed index back to neutral where we are at currently. They're trying to get it back to good. And as we flow back up, don't worry, there will be another dump off. It can't just run up and up and up, just like it can't just run down and down and down without going back up. There will be another dump off coming in the future once we cross out of this 1 week demand zone, because it's a demand zone currently. It's a supply zone above. Once we cross out of this 1 week demand zone, we'll have another sell off naturally. It's just a course correction of the market. We put down heavily on the daily and the weekly, so we're going to correct through it and come on back down. You can see that we're almost out of the weekly and into the next week's high. Once we get to this point of 568 right there, we'll be into the next weekly. We'll pull back a little bit to give us a chance to run even higher as the market starts to regain its trust. But the pullbacks are coming again in the future, so don't think that this is the last time you see a high pullback. But that's it for me today, guys. Got our trade, got our money. We are up $1,100 right now. We'll find something later on as this thing starts to dip back down into 563.90. It should go for 563.70, which will put us about right here. I understand where this is moving and how it affects my trades over here. I haven't really done the same for QQQ, but there's really no reason for me to do so because I understand how this moves and how it affects this. But you guys have a great day. Keep it super simple out there. I'll check you guys out in the next video. Happy hunting. And as always, you know the motto, take the easy money. If you see green and you take green, you will stay green. Goodbye. All right, we're heading towards my point of entry here at 20,110. It's made it up to 20,105 already. We're just going to be patient enough for it to get to us. Then it should pull back down nicely. The time now is 9 a.m. We're about to enter right now. And we're in. First place we head to is right here. Now we can reduce this to the 1 minute candles. Get our manual close ready. Looking for a pullback about 50 cents here, giving us about $1,000 here at 9:05. Heading for the $1,000 mark now, which is going to be right here. No, go to 1,000. No, all right, we got 600. It pulled back to 600 instead of hitting the full 1,000 off of that, but not bad. That puts us at a $1,600 day. And then that'll be our last chance until we get to this right here, in which we're going to sell one contract for $1,500 now, risking 40 ticks, and sell. And that'll be our first strong pullback from right here, coming back down to the bottom of this candle wick. But that's it for me today. This is the one that I'll just leave open. I'm about to hit the showers and call it a day. As always, take the easy money, guys. Get up, get in, get out.